Today we have ventured to Gort, County Galway to meet with heritage specialist and Shaughnessy family history expert Rory O'Shaughnessy to better understand about King Guaire and St Colman MacDua, who were instrumental in the creation of this monastery in Kilmacduagh. Constructed over 1,000 years ago, it sat in the lands ruled by Guaire, the direct ancestor of all O'Shaughnessy clans. To attain greater knowledge of how all this came to be, however, we needed to see the professional. Hello Rory, and thank you very much for being here today. I suppose the greater question is, how exactly did the Shaughnessy clan get here? And if you could tell us a little bit about who they descend from.
Well, I guess the O'Shaughnessy's have always been in South Galway. We're said to descend from Guaire, 7th century king of Connacht, who resided in Gort. In fact, the full name of Gort, the town near here, is Gort Inishiguaire, the field island of Guaire. That was one of his two most important fortresses in Connacht. The other being, of course, Guaire at the coast at Kiltartan, just a few miles away. So the O'Shaughnessy's are believed to have descended from Guaire, as well as some of the other major families in South Galway, including the Heinses and the Kilkellys. So I guess we've always been here.
Intriguing. And I wonder if you could also tell us more about the relationship between Guaire and St Colman. Were they related individuals?
We're not exactly sure how they're related, but it's believed that they may have been half-brothers or cousins. So there's a long story about the birth of St Colman, which is associated here, this place we're in called Kiltartan. The King of Connacht resided in South Galway at the time, and there was a prophecy that one of the women in his family or tribe was going to have a child more famous than the king. And so there was a woman called Rina who was heavily pregnant, and he believed that she was going to have this child who was going to be more famous. So he got his men and they took her and they brought her to the rising in the river just behind us here at Kiltartan. And they put a stone around her neck, tied to a rope, and they threw her into the river, left her for dead, to drown. As she went down to the bottom, she said in the Irish language, "Gialin, God save us," herself and her unborn baby. And a miracle happened. The stone floated, and she clambered up on the shore, just at the edge of the river, and she made her escape. So she went north to a little place just a few miles from here called Corker, and an ash tree she gave birth. Now at the same time, there was two monks, two clerics, who had a vision or a dream that if they headed south, they would come across a miracle. Something was going to happen. One was lame and one was blind. They came across Rina, who had just given birth to this child. She told them her story, and they obviously saw this as being the miracle that they were expecting. So it's said that the lame man hit his staff on the ground and water came forth. And they christened the child Colman. And it's said that before they left that place, the blind man actually washed his eyes in the water, and they headed north to escape. And just as got as far as Laban, where I'm from, it's said that the blind man received his sight back, another miracle. And he said in the Irish language, "Laban," bright day.